Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So let's move on to the further topics. So in this playlist we are going to discuss about what all the technical questions might arise from the Infosys, Accenture and the top MNC companies. So even not in the top MNCs, even if you go into the startup companies for the interview, so they will be asking most of these questions commonly. Okay, so we have been seeing the number of topics and we have been seeing the most object oriented programming concepts, and along with the notes I am just teaching you guys, and along with these notes I am just trying to run the particular program and explain the particular code how exactly the topic is working over there. So now in this video we have been seen about the previous video we have seen till, if I am not wrong, I have been completed till the abstraction. So abstraction we have been seen, and all the abstract methods we have been seeing, and now we are going to discuss about the interfaces in Java. Okay, so what is basically the interface? So interface is just like a Java collections of the related method, and interface in Java is like collections of abstract methods. So interface is something like we have been seeing the abstraction. So what was abstraction? Abstraction is something like which is just like an idea. So we are just planning an idea, so we'll be having the methods, and whatever the method functionality logic will be there, we were writing in the abstract stuff. So you can just watch in my third video. So I have been neatly I have explained you the abstraction. So in this we'll be speaking about the interface. So the interface is one or more I achieved the abstraction in Java. So interface can contain constraint default method as a static method, and all method inside the interface must have empty bodies except default method and the static method. So basically in the interfaces, the whatever the methods we will declare, it should be empty. Just we are defining the methods, and I will be explaining you with the real-time example. So think like we have one bicycle. So let's open the program here. So here think we have an A1 cycle. Okay, so A1 cycle we have. So in the A1 cycle we have the support in the A1 cycle, think like it is one brand of the cycles. So we have the bicycle also, then we have the horn bicycle also. So we have two types of cycles. One is bicycle and one is we have the horn also. So something like we are having these two things. So now suppose how we can declare the interface, I'll tell you. So interface, if you want to declare an interface, so interface you need to just use a keyword interface, then the particular interface name. So this is the syntax, and here we can declare an variables, and we can need to apply only the method. So as to this, all the method inside the interface must have empty bodies. So that is nothing but this is one. So these are all the methods. Apply break as well as a speed up is a method, so which takes one argument, but we are not declaring any methods like this. So you can see we have not declared any method in this particular fashion. So just we are declaring the particular methods over here. So in the interface, so we have the two methods in the interface bicycle. One is apply back, and one more is a speed up method, and one more interface we have been implemented. It is a home bicycle. So which does we have one particular method, that is a blow horn 3G we have. Okay, something like we are declaring one method. So now if I want to create an object for the interface, I cannot directly create it. We need to implement this interface inside one particular class, then we can create objects for this particular interface. So that is how the things works. So let me see. So here you see we used to interface keyword to declare an interface, and there is no need to write abstract keyword before declaring a methods in an interface, because an interface is simply an abstract method. So if you are seeing inside an abstract, so if I just show you with the here itself, somewhere it might be. So it is the abstraction here. If I just open the abstract program, in the abstract you see if I was declaring a method, so what in the abstract method, in the abstract class, if you are declaring the particular method as an abstract, so we need to give it as an abstract. Okay, so we will say, you can see abstract get details, abstract time show abstract. So we were giving the abstract keyword in the abstraction, but in the interface we are not giving any abstract over here. So in the interface itself is explicitly we give it is an abstract class. Okay, so where we cannot create an objects, so just we will be declaring a methods, all those things. But in the abstraction, so in the abstraction you can see in the abstract we were declaring the particular class is an abstract. If the class is abstract, so we were having the particular method with the particular logic also. So then we will be having an empty function also. But in the interface we can just declare a methods which is there empty, so we cannot create a logic inside the interface. So it is an abstract class over here. And so next we will be coming here. there is no need to write an abstract. Okay, so an interface cannot contain a constructor, as it is cannot be used to create an object. So as you know, so as I said, we cannot create an object for the interface, so we cannot create a bicycle interface. I cannot just create a bicycle here. So BYCLE bicycle, I cannot just create like this. I cannot just create a constructor of it. So or a public bicycle, if I just tell public white, I cannot create like this. I cannot create a constructor for it. So constructor is what? This is like the same as a class name. So it is not the same as the interface. So we cannot create a constructor for the interface. So it is what been said. So then okay, so it has been said. So interface cannot contain constructor. So in order to implement an interface in the Java, so if you want to implement an interface, we will be declaring an interface particular method. Then we need to use an implements keyword here. In Java required a class to use an implements method. So the implements method here we are using here. You can see we are using an implement. So suppose we are not having this home bicycle, so then it will be only one particular class A1 cycle implements bicycle. If suppose I don't want to implement home bicycle, I can remove from here. There is no any harm with that. Okay, so if we are having a 2 or 3 more interface, we can just put the comma and we can implement like this. So the main thing here is we need to use implements keyword over here. So we are two interface is been added inside the class, that is A1 cycle. Okay, so here in this we have the one more. In this particular thing we have the method that is a blowhorn, and here inside we have the one more method that is the apply break. Here we are having a method of speed up, and here we have the blon3 eg. So if you see here, we are having a 3 method over here. So we are having a apply break apply method over here. Why? Because so see, one thing I'll say, if I am implementing this bicycle over here, if I am just implementing the bicycle, so we have the method that is apply break as well as the speed up. These 2 method is mandatory to put it inside the so where is it? So where is apply break and what was it? Apply break and speed up, right? So apply break and the speed up. So these are 2 methods are very mandatory to add inside the class. So if I just remove like this, so now see, I might get error. So you can see I'm getting an error in the A1 cycle. Why I'm getting an error means, so you are implementing a bicycle interface. So the bicycle interface has the apply break as well as the speed up function. So you are having only apply break function. Where is the speed up method? So it is not there, so it is giving the error. So we need to comment out this one. So we need to, if I am just declaring the method names inside the interface, but we need to write a logic of the interface in the particular class for which we are going to create an object. So inside the header class over the main class over here. Okay, so now why we are going to use this concept? Because here suppose in the future I am creating one particular smartphone. So the smartphone will be having a camera, will be having a music player, media player, and calling function, messages, what's and a number of application things like that. So each and everything will act like an interface. So I'll just tell I want to create a phone. So in the phone, camera should be there, music player should be there, and media player should be there, and messages app should be there, and the calling function should be there. So all the method names I will declare inside of an interface. So now after declaring it, I will create one class. Now I will keep on writing one by one logic to it, so that in the future I won't be getting I won't forget anything. So if I forgot to do means it will be giving me the error. So you have forgot to implement the particular logic of the particular interface like that. So because of that, we can go ahead with the interface concepts. So now you can see we have been created the whatever the logic was there, we have been added over here. So after adding the logic, so we have been done. So we have created a interface, we have created the class of it. Now we need to create an object. So for creating an object, I can just tell A1 cycle is equal to new A1 cycle. So we are using what? A1 cycle. So this is a class, right? So we need to use what? For the class itself, we can create an object. We cannot create a object for the bicycle as well as a home bicycle over here. Okay, so we have been creating an object for the A1 cycle. Now I'm just telling cycle.apply break. So cycle.apply break means it will just apply this one. For apply break, it will take an argument. So suppose I am giving decrement, if I just am passing one particular argument to it, so the output will be what? So output will be giving what? Applying the particular break over here. So here we have A is equal to 54. Okay, so now here I'm just doing one thing. So I'll just comment one by one. I'll just show you the output here. Okay, so I'll just save it. Now I'll run the program over here. So cycle.apply break decrement 1. So if I run this program, what is the output I need to get? So what is the output I should get? So it should be I need to get applying the particular break over here. So applying the break, I'm getting why? Because this particular function is running. So I'm just passing one argument, apply break function is running. So applying the break is been it is just printing it over here. So next I'll just comment out this thing. Next I'll try to Okay, so I want to just run this one as well as this one. So I want to just print what is the cycle.a value. So cycle.a value means what? So this is a particular class. So I'll just push like this. I'll run the program right now. So now see, here I'm saying I want to print cycle.a. So what is the cycle? Is an object. So I want to print what is the value of a. So the value of a is here. We don't have any value of a here, but we are implementing the interface. So we are implementing the interface. So that is why the 54 is been going to print over here, because in the bicycle we have the variable that is a. So even all the variables, all the function methods will going to take place inside the particular classes. Okay, so that is why 54 is been printed. You can see output over here. Then along with that, I have been said I want to just tell cycle.x over here, cycle.x. So the x is where? So x is in the home bicycle. Even the 14 thing, even this particular interface value, I can just print it over here. So that is how the things works. So then we have been seen like this. So now if I want to change the properties. So if I want to just tell, I want to change the value of a, cycle.a, whatever the value of a is there, if I want to change it to 52, so I cannot do that one, because it is not allowing. So whatever the interface variables values are there, we cannot change it. So we cannot change the particular value of a. Okay, so it is not valid. So we can just try with example, but it is not valid. We cannot change the values of an interface, so which is been declared over here. Okay, so that is one thing. So now if I just tell cycle.blowhorn and cycle.horn 3g, so basically so it will just work. So because the blowhorn, it will just tell blowhorn fast and running brine, and even this will be working for whatever the blowhorn is piompo. So you can see the piompo is been coming, and the blowhorn fast and running bike will be working coming in as in the output. Okay, so this is how the interface works. Okay, so I hope you have understood the particular concept. So how what is interface? We cannot create an object for the interface as well as a constructor, but if I want to create an object for the interface, we need to implement all the interface names inside one class, and we need to use the implements keyword. Then I can access all the properties of the method, and I can give the logic for it. Okay, and it is mandatory to write all the whatever the function names present inside the interface. It is mandatory to write the particular logic of it inside the particular class which we are going to implement the interface of it. Okay, so this is all about the interfaces and classes. Okay, so I tried my best to explain, so you can understand. Even you can have been provided you the particular notes. So it is very easy, simple as well as simple concept. So if anyone asks in the interview, so you can just explain with this example, or you can just say these all the points. So it is like an abstract, and it is we'll be using implement keywords, and we'll be writing only the function method names in the interface. All those things you can just say it, whatever I have said you. So now why multi-inheritance is not supported in Java, so I'll just come back with this later. So now some of the important points about the interface. So interface in Java, are a bit like the class, but it is significantly different. So it is like acts like a class, but it is significantly slightly different. An interface can only have a method signature field as default method, as you know, and the method class implement interface need to declare the method, not the fields. So that is what they're saying, that we need to declare the methods, not the fields of it. You can create a reference of an interface but not the object. So we can create a reference of the interface, but we cannot create an object of it. Interface methods are public by the default. So interface methods are the public with the default. We can access any interface. So we saw what are the interface names are there, we can easily accessible everywhere. So now coming back to the concepts of polymorphism over here. So polymorphism, so and let me see if I have any example or better example for the polymorphism. So we have the interface we had over here. So okay, fine. So let me see where I have any conditions. We have Java is in Java. So fine, no, we have not the okay, so let it be this example itself. Now let's coming what is the polymorphism. So we'll understand what is polymorphism over here. So in the starting itself, we have in the notes what is polymorphism. So polymorphism means, if poly means many, so you know what is poly means many. So the word polymorphism comes to a poly which means many, and a morph which means forms. So many forms. So will be one particular thing will be having the many forms. So one particular person will having a number of characters like that. So poly means many, and the morphism is a form. In the object oriented programming, polymorphism is a property that helps to perform a single task in a different way. So what is polymorphism? It is the perform whatever the single task will be there, we can perform the particular task with the n number of waves. Let us consider real life example of polymorphism. A woman at the same time can be a mother, wife, sister, daughter, etc., and a man is entirely having one different form. So like that. And so let's take another example. A smartphone can work like a camera as well as a calculator. So you can see the smartphone is an entity having different forms. So suppose, as I said, we have a smartphone, it will be having a number of different forms. So we can open the camera, it acts like a calculator, it acts like a music player, all those things. So it was the polymorphism. So laptop also, you can see we have the laptop, we have the entity with the Wi-Fi, speaker, storage, all those things. Okay, so this is all about the polymorphism. So what is encapsulation? So I think I have explained the encapsulation. If not, I'll just explain you right now. So encapsulation is something like it act like a capsule. So encapsulation is a capsule. So in Java, variable and methods are components that are wrapped inside a single unit named class, and all the method and variable of the class remain hidden from the other class. So basically, what is the polymorphism? You can just say it here is like we will be having one particular class, we'll be declaring the methods, we'll be declaring the number of variables, all those things, but we will be hiding all the properties of that particular class to other people. Just we focus on the result. Suppose we have a capsule. So if you get fever, you will eat Dolo 650, you will just eat and you will see the result whether it gone or not. Fever, you don't care about what all the ingredients has been added, and you cannot see what all the things has been added over there. So just you will eat the tablets and will be closing the matter like that. So encapsulation, like we have been hiding the internal properties of the particular classes over here, all the methods or the objects. So cold drinks inside the machines or data wrapped inside single unit cold drink vending machine. So okay, I don't know what is that. So now coming back to the concept of the polymorphism. So here we have an example. I will show you what is the example of it. So here you see so I have been explained with all the abstracts, interfaces. So here is the example. So polymorphism in interfaces. So basically the polymorphism will be coming inside the interface concept itself. So in the GPS we see, so we have a GPS G is equal to new smartphone can only GPS method. So here we have a smartphone. In the smartphone we are having a two interfaces over here. So three interface basically. So one is a GPS interface, as well as a camera we are declaring as an interface, and media player is also an interface, and we are having a smartphone, or we have the particular smartphone as a class. So these all the properties are implemented in the smartphone, and some other class, we have one more class also, that is the cell phone. So cell phone, it will be inheriting all the properties of the smartphone also. So here how we are doing here is, you see here, so we are just using GPS G, we are creating one object here. So for the GPS I am creating, so for this interface I am creating an object. So for this object, how it create means GPS G is equal to new smartphone. So can only use GPS method over here. If I want, what are the GPS methods are there? So suppose we have the GPS, we have the network method, we have the 3G method, we have the location method. These three method we have. So when I'm creating like this object G for the GPS, and it is inherited from the class that is smartphone, I can only with this G object I can access only the methods of the GPS. And in the suppose if I just say smartphone is equal to new smartphone, so in this can use only the smartphone methods over here. In the smartphone, so what are the methods are there inside the smartphone, only that particular methods I can just use with the smartphone. So it is having a number of functionalities, and so it acts like it acts as cell phone, GPS, camera, and number of things, but it will be different at different time. But there is a few of the limitations, like only we can access particular properties at the particular time over there. Okay, so I think I had the program for it, I don't know where it is, so let me check and get back you. Okay, I got the particular program for it. So here is the program. I'll just close this one. So now I'll just close the interface, I'll just close the object oriented programming of it. So this is the program to explain the interface, or sorry, the polymorphism. So we'll see how exactly what is polymorphism. See here we are just declaring an interface, that is my camera is my camera 2 is an interface name. So what all the things we have here? So we are having a two things over here. So that is, one is it we have just declaring the two methods. One, camera is taking the snap and camera is recording the particular video. So we are having two particular things over here. Then we are declaring one private method over here. So these are two methods, and we are declaring one private method. That is what it is, just greet the good morning. Okay, greeting that good morning over here. So there we are writing few of the things over here, and we are having a default method also. So as I said, the static private default method can be implemented, but whatever the normally we are using a white public method, we cannot add the logic for it over here. Okay, so private static as well as default method, we can add the logic in the interface. So here the greet method is going to print good morning, and the recording the particular 4K video is also we are kept as a default. And what it does means I can just call the greet function over here whenever this is there, and I have added the recording in 4K message, the thing we have been added inside over here. So this is all the one interface. And what is the one more interface? My Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi, what it does means we have a string of the get network, so it will just get the particular networks. So we are just creating one particular network, get network. We are just creating one string over here, so it can be a number of networks. So and we are just creating one more method. We have just declared one method that is connect to the network. So in our my Wi-Fi 2, we are having the get networks as well as the connect network 2. So there are two methods we have implemented. Now what I am doing here is we have the two interface that is differently, and we have one more class that is also completely different out. So it is not connected with these two interface. So just it is a normal class, my cell phone 2. So in this cell phone 2, we are having a two method, that is a call number as well as a pick the particular call. So my cell phone will be calling the number. So it will, whenever I call the function, it will just say calling the particular phone number. So it will just ring it, and whenever I want to just pick the particular call, so it will just tell connecting the particular call. So this method will return this output. So we are having the one class and we have declared the two interfaces now. So now comes the main point. So here now I am declaring one more class. So that is what? Class my smartphone 2. So it is a my cell phone 2. Now I am just creating one smartphone. So in the smartphone class, I am extends the my cell phone. So in the smartphones, in the particular smartphone 2, I am extending all the properties of my cell phone 2. So one different class, I am getting all the properties of the another class. Then I am implementing the my Wi-Fi as well as the my camera 2. So I am implementing the two interface as well as the one class properties inside the class that is my smartphone. So I can access the one class by using extends keyword, and whatever the interface are there, I can access by using the implements keyword over here. Okay, so in this we are having a no I want to, so as I said, whenever I'm using the implements method, when I'm creating a class, so it is mandatory to write all the logic for the method. So I need to write the logic for the take snap, record video, as well as a one more take snap, record video, and get networks. I need to write the logics for it, the connect to the strings, and I all need to write the logic. So here first I am writing for the take snap, so it will just tell taking the snap, and I am writing for the record video. It will just tell taking the thing. So I'll just tell record video, I'll just tell taking snap video, or I'll just taking the video, I'll just make it. So it has been done. So now I'll just write this also. So here what I'm saying, public. So I'm just making the public record 4K video. So here we have the record 4K video. So we have already the recording in 4K. If I just give like this, so I can just give it or not. Let me try this later. So now I'll just comment out for this for present. We will come back with that later. So we have been done. So the mandatory one more was for this particular string. So I have declared a string. I need to write the particular logic for it, get networks. So we are just telling public string get networks. I'm just in this, what I'm doing here is I need to just getting all the list of it. Now what I'm doing, I'm just in this particular string, I'm just creating one network list. So I'm just telling Harry, Prashant, and Anjali. So these are all the three values I am just passing into the networks list in the form of a list. And whenever it will, what it does means, it will just return what this particular method does means, it will just return the network list Harry, Prashant, and Anjali. It will just return it, although whatever the values has been done. So it is done. And connected to network. So connect to network is what? The connected to network is one more property, one more method inside the interface my Wi-Fi 2. I need to write a logic for it also. So connect to network means connect into the particular network. It is just we need to pass one variable parameter, that is network, whichever the network is there. So it will just tell connecting to the network. Fine. And public void sample math. So sample math will done. It will just sample math is given. It is not any function. Sample math is not there inside any of these interface, but we are just creating the one method inside the head class, that is a sample math. I'm just writing the output. I'm just whatever it does means, it will just return the math over here. So we have created two interface, one normal class and one head class. So in the header class we are implementing all this property. Now if I try to create an object for this one, my smartphone 2, so now I am just coming inside my main class. So now my camera 2, what is my camera 2 here? My camera 2 is the interface. So in the my camera 2 is equal to, I'm just creating a camera 1 as an object. Now it will just access all the properties of the my access. So see this is a smartphone, but use it as a camera. So what is that? See, my camera 2 is what? My camera 2 is an interface. My camera 2 is an interface. I'm creating an object for it by extending by using this my smartphone class. Okay, the main class. So I'm just saying camera my camera 2 cam1 is equal to new my smartphone 2. So now if I try to, I'll just comment out everything right now. So now I have just commented everything. So now what I'll do here is, so any error, no error. Okay, so now what I have created an interface. Now see, if I just tell camera 1 dot get networks, so let me try and show you for you. So if I just tell I'll just cut this much. So now see, I'm getting the red mark over here. Why I'm getting a red mark? Because cannot resolve. See, it is telling me cannot resolve the method get networks in my camera 2. In the my camera 2, we are not having the method that is get networks. So the get networks is there in the interface, that is my Wi-Fi 2. It is not, the particular method is not present in the interface of this my camera 2. So I can access only this method, take snap, record video, record 4K video, and grid. I can access only this one, not the other things over there. So it is why it is just giving me the error to me. Okay, it's not allowed, and even I cannot get the camera 1 dot sample method. Sample method is a class method of what? The head class. That is the method of the head class, that is my smartphone 2. I cannot access the my smartphone 2 properties also. I cannot access the my Wi-Fi 2 properties also. I cannot access the properties of my cell phone 2 also. I can only access the method as well as the properties of my camera 2 itself when I am trying to create an object for it. Okay, it's like an object. We can create an object for the interface, but using the particular class, using the main class, using the one header class which has been implemented to it. Okay, so that is what the thing has been there here. So now this is not allowed. Now if I just try to this one, my camera dot record 4K video. So now I want to access the properties of 4K video. So now I want to just try to print record the property 4K video. It will run the grid function as good morning and recording in 4K. Now if I ready to run this program, so I need to get an output good morning and recording in 4K, because it is a properties of my camera 2. I can access the particular method of it. So see here, I am having an output good morning and recording in 4K perfectly, so I can able to do it. Suppose we have one more here at just recording in 4K. Suppose I will just uncomment it over here. So here I'll just tell taking snap and recording in 4K, whether if I just try to print the record 4K video, whether this is going to print or record 4K video this is going to print. Let me try. Okay, so record 4K in video. So if I try to run the program, suppose the particular record 4K video is present inside my smartphone class. It might be present, such cases also there, but that is not going to okay, that is going to take. Suppose the same method, suppose what is the same before what we tried, before we tried to get the sample met function. The sample met function, I tried to access it. I try to access the particular sample method. I cannot able to access the sample method from the class that is a smartphone. From the smartphone class, I cannot able to access directly the my method over here. So what is my sample my method? But I can able to access the method of this one, the record 4K video. So how I can able to access? Because when I am trying to access, suppose if the same method is present inside the class, and if the same method is present inside the record 4K video, so inside the interface, then it is going to take a preference, the priority, high priority for the whichever the class is being used, whatever the interface is implemented in which class, that particular class method is going to take as well a high priority. If it's not present, it is when it happens, when it should present in the both the side. So it is present inside the interface also, and it is present inside the my smartphone 2 class also, then only it is going to take my smartphone 2 record access. So previously we saw the my method is not present in the interface in the my camera 2. It is not present in the my method over here. So but it is present inside the header class that is which has been implemented. At that time it is not going to print it, because it is this particular method is not present inside the my camera 2 interface. Because of that, it was not taking it. Okay, so that is why the things works over here. So if I just so that is one thing. So what is one thing? So that is I think you have understood that one. If you are not understood, just go back a little bit and listen 1 second. You will understand the topic over there. Okay, so that is one thing. So interface and class, when the two methods present in the both the thing, when I'm trying to access it, the class method is going to print. If there is no method inside the interface, the method is there inside the class. If I try to create an object for the interface and I'm trying with that particular object, if I try to access the method of the class, I cannot do that one. Okay, so that is one thing. That is what overall I said right now. Okay, so that is one thing. I'll just comment out right now. So what is it? here I'll just comment out this one. Okay, so now next concept, so this is one thing. So now I'll just comment this camera one. So now I'm trying to, I'll just comment this also. So now I want to create an object now. So now I want to create a object for my smartphone. So that things, so whatever the topic I said for the my camera 2, that thing same work for the my Wi-Fi 2 also. Now I am trying to create a my smartphone 2. I am just trying to create a my smartphone 2 object for the new smartphone. For this particular class itself, I am just trying to create an object. So with this object, what are the things I can access it? Now I can access everything with this. So I will just tell s dot sample method. That is perfect, because the sample method, the particular sample method function, the sample method is there inside the my smartphone 2 class itself. So it is very easy to access it. And s dot record video, so record video is present in the my record video is present. Yeah, even I can access the record video also. So if I say it is what are the get networks, I can access all the get network properties also. I can just access all the get network, what is the get network thing, I can access all the properties of interface. And s dot call phone number, so call number is also I can access. So in the call number, it is not present inside here, but the call number is been present inside. Okay, where is the call number? So call record 4K and connect to the network string. So call number is present inside the another class, that is a small class, my cell phone 2. I can access this also. So when I try to access this one, when I try to run everything, when I try to run this particular properties, when I try to run this program, when I can see, so you can see with this particular what are the objects I can create it, everything I can access it over here. So you can see I'll be getting an output. See, math I am getting, taking videos of I'm getting, get the list of the networks, and the calling the particular 7979. So what are the things I'm just passing, all the things I'm getting. And get network, s dot get network, so s dot get network will just print, it will just return the network list here. So network Harry, okay, so I need to just print it, the get network, so at the time it will come. So with this particular smartphone, with this particular class, I can access all the properties of it. Okay, all the properties of the interface, all the properties of the one more class I can access in the in this particular class over here. So that is what been said over here. So now if I try to one more, I have the smart object too. So that is one thing is been, that is overall that is called as a polymorphism. So that is now this is a wife. So think that wife and the wife, so the girl matter was there, right? So a girl can be a wife, can be a sister, all those things. So she is nothing but our okay, sorry, she is nothing but our smartphone. So she will be, sometimes she will be mother, sometimes she will be sister, sometimes she will be wife. So that all the polymorphism functionalities she will be having, and she can, so these are all the properties of it. So this is one property of it, and this is interface is one property of the wife, and the my camera 2 is also one properties of that particular girl. Okay, so it is access all the things over there. Okay, and at the time of, so if I want to get the properties of the sister, so suppose my camera 2 is a sister, I can get only of her particular properties. I cannot get other wife properties into it over there. Okay, so it is what the thing is there. So I tried my best to explain you with the logic as well as with the theory part. I hope you have understood this one thing. Okay, so now coming back to the another concept, that is a multi-threading in Java. So I opened one more thing, that is a smartphone. So I think here you see in the smartphone object-oriented programming, if I try to, sorry, I'll just try to open here. So here we have the same thing, we have the smartphone, and we have the oops here. So smartphone is equal to object. So here we have, see here I'm just trying to create a object for those mode, and I'm extending. So and here I'm just using a smartphone. Before it was a phone, smartphone like that. When I'm trying to use the phones mode here, it is allowed. Okay, but with the child class, so with the particular child class, I cannot put child class first, and I cannot write the parent class at the second time. This is one thing, it is not giving me the access. This is not allowed, this is allowed. So because the phone is the child class of the smartphone. So but smartphone is not the child class of the phone. Sorry, smartphone is the child class of the phone, but phone is not the child class of the smartphone over here. Sorry, the smartphone is not the child class. So smartphone is the child class of the phone, but phone is not the child class of the smartphone. So like this I can, this is 1 2 things are not allowed. So like this all the things is allowed, and obj.music is not allowed. Why? Because obj of the new smartphone. So I can access I can access the properties of, so what is that? So obj music. So obj music is present here also, and it is present here also, public void, but it is just telling not allowed. So let me try and execute this program. Okay, it is allowed actually. Music on karna re, it is there. So the music on karna re means this is just getting all these properties. Suppose this, for this one it is not allowed, I think. Okay, it is allowed. So obj on all the properties I can access from the whatever the right hand side smartphone is there. So I can access the properties of music. I can access all the properties of on over here, and show time also I can just access. So show time I can even the short time also I can just access it. So it is all the things is been there. So we can just use in this version, but I cannot use this. They might ask, suppose they have the two classes, a parent class and a child class. So can I use this syntax, or I can use this syntax? So you need to tell, you can use the phone, the particular head class should become first and the child class should come at the second. Just remember this one thing. Okay, so it is one thing over there. So now, so these all the things comes inside the interfaces as well as the polymorphism and encapsulation. I hope you have understood entire logic of it, and I hope you have enjoyed this entire playlist also, like all the number of topics I have been explaining you. So it is very very much useful. So it is not like I'm just by experience I'm just teaching you guys. So these are all very important concept for the interview purpose. So in the next video I'll be teaching you about the threads. So then after going to the threads, I'll be giving you the brief introduction with the collections. So linked list, sets, map, hash map, why need to use. So these are all the interview questions they might ask. So in this next video I'll be completing all the topics. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.